Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Makai McDermott, and today we are finally doing the long-awaited chit chat get ready with me life update. I asked you to ask me some questions on Instagram and I have a lot, so we're going to try and work our way through as many as possible, and we're going to beat this space as well. I already did my SPF, and you have to wear SPF every single day, okay? I literally got off the phone to my mum yesterday telling her off for not wearing SPF every single day. This is the one that I use. It's from Ultraviolet EU, and it's really good for everyone essentially because it doesn't have any white cast. I've also got another one from Bioderma, which is super good, and it's only £10 as well. So pick and choose whichever one you want as long as you wear SPF, okay? I'm going in, my primer is Hourglass, the Vanish primer, which is so good, especially if you have oily, I would say combination oily and textured skin. This primer is the one. The first question, is it necessary to become a licensed hairstylist to style models and celebrities? And I don't think it's necessary to be a licensed hairstylist to do celebrities, but you do have to have a level of professionalism and work ethic that I think isn't easily found. So if you decide that that's what you want to do, you have to demonstrate an immense amount of creativity in your portfolio, and also show that you're willing to go through extra lengths to make sure that the client is happy, because I feel like that's the difference as well. It's really fast paced and they have like a lot of different demands, so you have to show that you're really flexible and you can just do anything that they want you to do, basically. I'm not gonna do a lot of foundation today. I'm gonna go in with my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear, and as usual I'm in between two shades, which is Moria and Macau. In summer I wear Macau, and in winter I go to Moria. I'm just gonna do one pump of Moria. I think I can get away with just Moria today, but I need to see first. Can I get away with that? I think so. I definitely can. Can you please film a braid tutorial with all the details? I love your boho. So I am planning to actually film a full tutorial on this for YouTube on my boho knotless braids, because I got a lot of questions on it the first time I did it back in June, I want to say. And it is a difficult hairstyle. I feel like people don't talk about how difficult that hairstyle is, because you have to like measure out each braid, the amount of hair you want. You have to sort of have an idea of how you want it to look at the end, which is kind of hard, you know. I'm going to take this bring off because it's kind of annoying me. So I will definitely be filming one full in-depth on YouTube. So that might be not the next video, but the video after that one. Next up is my getting back to the gym after an extended break. Do I have any tips? For me, I had an extended break. I took like 8 to 10 months off the gym, and I wasn't feeling my best, so that's why I didn't go. It wasn't like I just stopped going, and I feel like my fitness journey has been very connected to my health. So I think last year I had a better understanding of my body, which massively helped because I understood what I could and couldn't do. I used to push myself as well really hard, and I didn't need to. So I would say your motivation should sort of be just like having a healthy lifestyle. I know that sounds so boring, but that's what motivates me to stay in the gym. Like, I want to live long, and I want to be healthy. I don't want to be old, and then I don't want to like get to an age and then my children have to look after me. They have to depend on me, and if I don't have my children around, like, I won't be able to function, you know what I mean? I don't want to put that burden onto my kids, essentially. Also, sorry, this is the Hourglass concealer. I think it's called the Hourglass Vanish concealer. Absolutely amazing. If you are a full coverage girly, this is the concealer for you, okay? They sent me one shade, which is Maple, which is too dark. I can get away with using this as my foundation. So I went to Sephora and then I bought Dune, and I only got this light because I already had this at home, so I was like, I can just mix them. So I don't really know my actual shade. I just sort of like made it work with what I already had. Do you know what I mean? What are the biggest challenges to being an entrepreneur? I would say the biggest challenges to being the biggest challenges to being an entrepreneur for me is definitely how like constant it is to like have your own business. You have to always be switched on. You always have to know what to do when you have issues. When you run into an issue, no one else is going to solve it except for you. And I think that is very difficult because yeah, and sometimes you just want to take a break. You just want to like chill, but the work is always there. So I think that's been like quite difficult for me anyway as an entrepreneur. What do I use to film my videos? That's the next question. I'm going in with the NARS Laguna bronzing cream. In terms of what I use to film, I literally use my iPhone. I use my iPhone to film everything basically. Yeah, I use my iPhone. I don't think people should underestimate the power of an iPhone, seriously. I always get the Pro Max models. As long as you have a Pro Max model, I think like that's sufficient to record content on. And of course on YouTube, I use the Sony ZV-1. That's the one that everyone uses to vlog. Will I ever do social commentary videos on YouTube again? I'll never say never, but I don't think it's on the cards for me right now, if I'm being honest. I think it's funny because a lot of my YouTube family met me when I used to make that type of content. So of course I've changed over the years. That happens to people, but because you change publicly, I think people feel connected to a different version of you. And I think that's definitely been the case for me. I feel like that was a stage of my life, stage of my online journey, and I don't think I'm there anymore, if I'm being honest with you. So I don't think I will be making that type of video again. Yeah, that's like a long answer to say like, yeah, I don't think so. Do I have any 2024 travel planned? Right now, I have 2 trips planned for sure. I will also be vlogging, I think both trips. So you'll see, and I'm gonna be like getting ready for the next trip, which is coming up next week. So you guys will see and all that stuff. So I'm using the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blush in Bellini. This is a absolutely gorgeous blush. I love the shade. It's like a perfect orange, pink, peach, which is a Bellini, I guess. What thrift shops do you go to, and do you have any recommendations? I go to Depop a lot. I shop on Depop a lot. Like the other day, I was showing my boyfriend my Depop wish list, and he was like, what the hell, like this is so good. So if you troll Depop, like stay on there, like stuff that you actually like, your Depop will become an amazing haven of fantastic vintage clothes. And also I like shopping in Shoreditch. I love Brick Lane Underground Market. I think it's so good. To be honest, before it wasn't amazing, I'm gonna be real, but I feel like lately they've had like so many new sellers there that sell like amazing streetwear. If you're really into that, they just stepped their game up. So definitely go to Brick Lane Underground Market. You can spend the whole day there as well. Like it's massive. And I always do my nose. Tips for finding your personal style in 2024 and not over consuming trends. How did I find? I think what's easy for me is like if you make Pinterest boards and you like things that you actually like, just like a bunch of stuff, save a bunch of stuff, make some Pinterest boards, and then you'll be able to see pretty consistently what your style is, rather than like watching creators and saying like, oh, I like that top, that means I like their style, which I don't think is the case. I also have a very clear understanding of my body type. I know what does not look good on me, and I spent a lot of time buying stuff that didn't look good on me, and I was deeply in, what's that word? Delulu. I was deluded. I'm gonna set my under eye with my Huda Beauty Easy Bake. This is in the shade Banana Bread. I think everyone should have a very clear idea of their body type, what looks good on you, what things flatter you. Like some people have very long legs and short torsos, and they get away with having like higher waisted pants. I can't wear high waisted pants because I'm short, so I just look like it just makes you look even shorter than I am. I tend to go for low-rise trousers, low-rise skirts. I like wearing long skirts. I don't like knee-length skirts because they cut me off really awkwardly. So I either wear a mini or a maxi. So those things dictate what I like because I know they look good on me. And I still have a bunch of knee-length skirts in my wardrobe that I never ever wear because they just don't flatter me very well. I look at other cultural references. I look at music videos. Is there something in my eye? Yes, there is. Yeah, so I look at music videos, really influenced by colors that I see in the Caribbean. I love like old movies. So I think these things have sort of dictated what I like and my style, as opposed to constantly wearing new things. So that's what I would say that you should do. Just doing a light bronzer today. I don't want to do anything dramatic, you know. This is Liberté. I use this so hard, it's no joke. And it's just like a really lovely, I would say like a rose. And I wear a lot of blush. That hasn't changed one bit. And I like taking my blush right up under my eyes. I just like how it looks on me, and I think it flatters my face shape, but you can do it however flatters your face shape best, you know. Someone's asked, how was your time at LSE? It was great. At the time, I was working as a session hairstylist, and I took the degree on full time. It's a full-time master's degree, and I was still working whilst doing it. So in hindsight, I wish I focused more on my studies. I think I could have got a distinction if I focused completely on it. I ended up with a merit, which is a 2-1. Yeah, it's just something I wish I did for myself. And I think a lot of the times we see like the end result of a lot of people, and we don't know what they went through to get there. So I had to work whilst I was studying to pay for the degree and also to live. So yeah, looking back at that time, it was a good time for the study. I enjoyed studying, and I love history. But I wish I could have done it differently. But I think that's what hindsight is also, you know. I'm gonna fill in my brows with this MAC palette. This is Semi Sweet x 9, and I use the shade Outre, which is this one. And I like having a bleach brow. I've had my brows bleached for over a year now, shockingly. One thing about me, I change things. So the fact that I've maintained this consistency is crazy. I like filling them in light brown because it's like a black girl version of a bleach brow. The blonde brow is essentially supposed to look invisible, but of course if you have darker skin, it looks blonde. So I like using a light brown because then I get the texture of a brow without the color, and I think it just looks really cool, and it just adds like an editorial touch to my makeup looks. Am I Christian? I think this question comes up so much over the years, and I want to know why people are so interested with other people's religion. Isn't it supposed to be a private thing? Have I had any cosmetic work done? I have had my lips filled, which I think you guys knew. Maybe you guys didn't know, but I said it on TikTok. I've got a TikTok video all about my lip filler, but that is the only thing I've had done. The rest is the blessing of my mum and dad. This is the real me, okay? What's something you knew about makeup now that you wish you knew sooner? What's something I wish I knew sooner? Oh, properly hydrate your skin before you do any makeup. I used to think because I had combination skin, I also thought I had combination skin, but I actually have dry and combination skin because I have eczema. So it's like 1 + 1 = 2. I don't know why I never like joined those two together. But I wish I knew, even if you have oily skin, it doesn't matter what skin type you have to hydrate your skin before you do any makeup. And I used to dry my face down hard and then be confused why it just was so crusty looking and just terrible. And even if you're oily, if you don't properly moisturize, you will produce more oil faster. So hydrate properly, wear an SPF, and then do your primer. Tips to deal with imposter syndrome and low self-confidence. So imposter syndrome is like feeling like you don't belong or you don't deserve what you have. And how I deal with imposter syndrome is I tell myself that I deserve everything that I have. I've worked hard for what I have. And even if I didn't work hard for what I had, I still deserve to have it, because why not me? And I think more people need to ask themselves, why not me? I don't look to others and feel jealous of what they have. I just think about my own journey and my own goals and what I want for myself, and that fills me with a sense of worth, and I feel that I am deserving of the things that I want, simply because I'm just cleaning up my brow. Low self-confidence also, I would say spend less time online. That's what helped my confidence, if I'm being real. And also you have to really have like an understanding of the power that you have. That Solange song when she's like, do you understand the power that you have? You are the reason that people are born. Oh, it's called We Deal with the Freaking Intermission.
But that's in volume 2. First, I'm trying to get the woman to understand the dynamic power and the spiritual energy. Do you realize how magnificent you are? The God that created you is the divine architect that created the moon, the sun, the stars, Jupiter, Mars, Pluto, Venus. We are not only sexual beings, we are the walking embodiment of God's consciousness.
So when you feel down, play that and put some respect on your name, okay? How did you find your unique self-identity? My camera overheated, so in the meantime, I just put bronzer on my, what's this called? Eyelid? I just put my bronzer just over my eyelid like so. What was I answering? How do I have such a unique sense of identity? I'm gonna be so real. I think everyone is unique, so I don't think I'm much different in the sense that I'm a person, you're a person, we're both people. To be honest, spend more time thinking about what you like. And I think a lot of people don't know what they like, because I certainly didn't know what I liked till recently. And when I realized it wasn't what a lot of other people liked, in my view, in my community, in my, you know, the people I could see, I didn't like the same things as them. So I think you have to sit with what you like and why you desire certain things. And I think for me, I'm just using a liquid highlighter. I feel like it always gives you such a dewy, sort of fresh glow. So I just press that, and you can use any. Some people, I've actually used lip gloss before, but it has to be a very specific formula, I find. And then on my nose, I just did like this NARS palette, but you can use a single, literally, I feel like this highlighter, just not too grainy, then you're good. But yeah, spend more time doing things that you like, thinking about what you like. I know, for example, what don't I like that's really popular right now? Football tops. I've only ever had one football top from Martine Rose, and I liked that top, it suited me, but I don't really like football tops. But football tops are very, very popular and loads of people wear them, but I know I don't like them. Like, that's it. So I think if you know what you don't like, that helps you to refine and understand yourself much more. So that's my advice. I'm using the Hourglass mascara, which is really good if you have short lashes. Just because it's got a silicone wand, I feel like the best ones aren't the ones with the brushes and the hairs. I feel like the silicone bendy ones, they really get your lashes and they really sort of like force them up, if you know what I mean. Do I think going to uni and studying the course I did help my career in any way? I love studying, I love reading, and I think it did help my career because it made me smarter. So I was able to make smarter decisions, and I think I acquired a level of respect from brands for having a master's degree and studying at an elite institution. And I also think it helped me have some authority when I speak about beauty history and how we engage with beauty online today. So yeah, I think I'm glad I did it. I feel like for me and like education and like my family and everything, Education's always been really important to my mum. I'm looking for my lash glue. Education's always been so important to my mum, and she's always like really encouraged me to study. So for me, it's always been important, not just on like a work and like trying to progress, because I feel like also everything's always about progression, but I feel like sometimes like do something because you like it, not because you want to go further. I didn't do that master's degree with like a grand secret plan to like dominate the planet. It was just, I like studying, I like history, so I might as well, you know? How do you transition into a new style when you realize that your style has changed? I think this is a good question. Don't rush out and buy things because I did that. I started buying loads of stuff and then I kept buying the same thing over and over again, and then after a while I realized, oh, you just have like 17 long sleeve mesh tops that all sort of do the same job. Get all the things together of the references that you like and then buy one thing every 6 weeks. Like, but just buy things very slowly. Think about what you want. I would even say more than 6 weeks, to be honest, but take your time. Literally, I haven't bought anything. I bought some stuff for holiday, but prior to that I hadn't bought anything new for like 2 months, I would say. And considering like what I do every day, that's like a long time for me. Is it okay for there to be some icks in your partner? This is my first long-term relationship. I wouldn't say you should call them icks. I think language is important. So let's start there. That you're allowed to not love every single thing about your partner, because like this, it's impossible to love every single thing about them. Like, it just doesn't work that way, and it's not like in the movies. Also, my therapist told me that like disagreement is normal. Like you won't always agree on every single thing. And I think if you're in a long-term relationship as well, I saw this really good TikTok actually. She was saying how like you should always be checking in with your partner to see like what they like, and ooh, glued it to my eyelid, because things change, your partner's likes change, and they are not the same person when you met naturally, because people change, what they desire change. People could change careers in that time, and especially dating in your 20s as well, like you realize that like people go through a lot of change. So if there's something that your partner does, I'm not saying anything crazy, if he's like genuinely mistreating you and like you're unhappy, you should leave. But if it's just like you don't like that he chews with his mouth open, I think you should say when you're chewing, like, you know, think about how you chew. I think that's fine. I think it's okay to like say something to your partner. You should feel like you can talk to them. And if you feel like you can't discuss openly, I feel like over time you'll stop wanting to talk to them, you'll stop wanting to share. I don't know if that really answered your question, but it is okay to not love every single thing about your partner. I just feel like it's unrealistic to like say, oh my god, I love my boyfriend, he's the best person ever, and he does nothing wrong ever. That's crazy to me. Especially because men, as a group, you know? I'm a makeup artist starting to get deeper skin tone models in. Any advice? I would say for deeper skin tones, we tend to have different skin tones across our whole face. So I personally have like a darker forehead compared to the rest of my face, and a little bit of hyperpigmentation around my mouth. So I would definitely say that you should think about using color correcting and really understanding undertones, because deeper skin tones can have cool, warm and neutral undertones like everyone else. Whereas I feel like a lot of foundations, the deeper they get, the warmer they get, and they sort of disregard neutral and cool undertones. So I would say definitely just be very wary of that, and it will prevent you from like having, every time you do a deeper skin tone, they always look orange or red. And also just be open to different shades, using different powders, using different like undertones for blushes and things like that, because I love like a baby pink blush, but I can't always get that candy bright like pink shade. I might have to get a deeper shade that still has the same undertones, which will give me the same look, if you know what I mean. For my lips, I've actually been loving Night Moth lip liner from MAC. It's like a deep purple, because I always use chestnut, so I feel like this is just a little bit different, you know? I've started doing this thing now where I blend out my lip liner before I put my lipstick on or lip gloss, and it just makes your lips looks so seamless, and it just makes such a difference. It's such a small thing, but it makes a world of a difference, honestly. You could low-key just wear that. When it's blended out, it looks so cute. What motivated you to start your Invisalign journey? I wanted straight teeth. I didn't feel like, I wasn't like insecure about my teeth or anything, but I was pretty sure that I wanted to have like straighter teeth, and I had a tooth removed that I wanted to have, what's it called, an implant as well. So I had like ideas of what I wanted to do with my teeth, and I think I just decided to take the leap. It took so much longer than I thought. I've literally got them in right now. I'm getting them taken out tomorrow. It's been, I think, a year and 2 months the whole process has taken, and I didn't even know that like I would need it for that long. So it's definitely sort of taken me by surprise, and I've had to like roll with the punches. But I'm definitely like really happy that I did it. I'm so glad that like I was able to do it for myself, and it's been good. I'm happy to be near the end though, don't get me wrong. I'm very glad to be done with Invisalign. This is Devotion, is it? Yeah. This is NARS Afterglow lipstick. Really lovely like pinkish mauve. How nice is that as a lip combo, you know? Then for my gloss, I think I'm gonna do this Isamaya lip lac. It's called in the shade Rust. Let me see if it's what I want. That's nice. I'm so glad to be getting to the end of my Invisalign journey, honestly. I've got quite a few questions about my skincare routine. What do I do? I can do like a full length, I can do another sit down where I like take you through all my skincare stuff and what I do. I think that would probably be more useful than me just being like, oh, just use these 3 things, because then I can really talk to you about my skin history and everything I do. By the way, that was Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I recently got a peel, a chemical peel, and I peeled for like 8 to 9 days, but when I finish, my skin literally feels amazing and so soft and plump. I got the perfect peel. I do speak about my skincare a bit more on my TikTok, so if you follow me on TikTok, you'll see some more of like my skincare bits. But to the long and short of it, I get monthly facials because I manage my hormonal acne. If you guys have been long time followers, you'll know that I've always had acne. I think literally since I was like 18, 19 years old. So I've sort of learned how to manage it. And now I'm sort of at the stage where I finally like got it into, you know, a space where like, I know what to do. I know what to do every month. But I will say skincare products will only take you so far. You will have to get some sort of facial. You will have to think about getting some facials regularly. It doesn't have to be every month like I do. It can be every 3 months. But as long as you have that in place, because that's what really gives your skin that push to actually like clear up and keep the bacteria which makes hormonal acne at bay. That's everything we have time for. I don't want this video to be too long, but I hope you guys enjoyed catching up. That is everything that we have time for. I felt so strange like sitting down talking to you guys again, but it felt so good. And I want to do more of these, so if you guys have any more questions or any more topics you want me to talk about, just leave them down below and then we can literally discuss them together. I love that being back here makes me feel like I've reunited with like some long-time friends again. So happy to be back. And as usual, if you like and enjoy my content, please make sure to like and comment and subscribe, and then we can keep on keeping the good vibes going, you know what I mean? Love you long time, and I'll see you in the next one.